didn't sleep very well last night, so I definitely need some foundation on, and I'm going to use Flawless today because I definitely need the coverage. So I'm going to start off with Flawless Filter to give me a bit of glow. Definitely need some glow. And I'm going to do that look. Didn't get a chance yesterday, but I'm going to do that look that I promised you all with the new matte Eyes to Mesmerise. The cut crease look. So I'm waiting for you to join. Hello, Terry. Hello. How are you today? First to join, Terry. Welcome. The only thing about this Flawless Filter is you can never tell when you're running out, because it sort of coats the side of the bottle, and even when it's nearly empty, it looks like it could be full, and it can't possibly be full because I use it so much. Hello, Nina. I've had really watery eye this side, and I had to put some eye ointment in before I started. And I don't know if it's the heating, but the other culprit may have been some very old Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away that I was trying to use up. You're just off a webinar and straight on here. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. Thank you, Terry. How are you all feeling today? I'd be better with a bit more sleep, but hello, Sharon. Hi, Ali and Pallies. So I'm going to do, with no sleep last night, full face on today. I'm definitely going for Flawless today. Okay, so I definitely need Flawless. So I've just put on some, hello, Jennifer. I'm just put on, hello, oh, I am no. What, you're not well? You're not well, Terry? What happened was the day before, I've been feeling really tired still. And the day before, I did absolutely nothing. I didn't move from the sofa. You're not sleeping well either. So I did, the day before, I did absolutely nothing. Didn't move from the sofa apart from taking Jack to school. And I took him to school in my pyjamas. But they're kind of like a lounge suit. They don't really look like pyjamas. And then I think that's probably why I couldn't sleep, because I've just not been doing anything all day. But I'll definitely sleep tonight. But I need some Flawless. And my eyes have been very watery and itchy, but I do think it's because I used an old Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away to use it up. And it was thick. And I think it needs to go out. Don't mess about when you're going near your eyes. Now, I have got a new Magic Away, but it's in a box and I haven't unwrapped it yet. So I'm going to use another one that I need to use up. My Tom Ford one. Which is very similar dispenser, but somehow it stays clean inside. It's not like the Charlotte one. It gets all gunked up. I think because it's not as thick. So I'm going to do this look today that I promised that I'd do a video of. Hello, Bushra. Now, I can't promise anything, but I'm going to get you all to say hello to my sister Lucy, because she said she might join today, but she might be too shy to type. She's the opposite of me. We're kind of yin and yang. I'm the loud one, the loud, confident one, and my sister's the shy one. So just everyone say hello, Lucy, just in case she's there and she's not commented. I certainly could never get her on camera, and I'd love to, because I'd love to make her up on here, but it ain't gonna happen. But actually it works, you know. The two sisters, different dynamics. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Jennifer. Right, so that, by the way, was a Tom Ford concealing pen in shade 7. Hello, Lucy, are you here? Yes, are you here, Lucy? Come and say hello if you are. She might just not be able to work out how to join the live, so I don't take it too personally. What I did open, though, was my new airbrush. I threw out the old one, says she, and now I've put it down somewhere. That's the shade 2. What have I done with shade 1? Oh, no, that is the shade 1. Right, who else has joined? Just give us a thumbs up if you are here. Oh, you're so encouraging. She might not be, because she might not have worked out how to join me yet. She doesn't really do a lot of YouTube, so she does a bit of Instagram, but not really a lot of YouTube. So I'm just going to put a bit of powder on. One thing I did, because my eyes were quite itchy and sore, before I came on, I took my eye ointment that I use at night, which is quite a thick ointment, and I used it as an eye cream, because I thought if it's good enough to go in my eyes and it's safe. I don't think she is, as I've counted the 5 of us. No, she's probably not joined yet. She may do in a little while. We'll see. Very good detective work, Nina. Don't worry, Jennifer. I knew who you were talking about. And really, what am I like with names? I never judge anyone for being bad at names. What powder am I using? Airbrush Flawless Finish. And I've got a new one. Just call me Miss Marple. So I've got a new one. I finally opened the new one and chucked out that other one. And I'm going to do the same with that Magic Away, because I think that caused eye irritation. Now, what I'm going to do is a really simple look. And I promised that I'd do a video of it, a non-live. And I didn't do it yesterday. So I'm going to do it because I was busy being lazy. It's a lovely powder, isn't it? And you know what? I've tried to love the loose one, but I just can't love it as much. Hi, Stacey. I'm at work. We'll join after 2 if you're still live. If not, I'll catch up when I get home. Well, we'll try and stay on until after 2. Mind you, this look is going to be quite quick. So I was just making sure that my brushes were clean. So what I'm going to do is a really simple cut crease look using the new matte, one of the new matte eyeshadows. If you haven't watched my review on it yet, it's up there. I've reviewed the 4 shades. But if anyone needs me to swatch them again, just give me a shout. So I'm going to use the chocolate one because I want to go for a really big contrast today. So I'm going to put the chocolate one on. This is Chocolate Veil. What's happened there? Yeah, Stacey's at work, so she can't join us. She just popped up to say hello. She said hi all. Right, so this is the Chocolate Veil. I'm going to build it up a bit more. And by the way, these shadows are quite buildable because I'm going for I want a real contrast now between what I'm going to put there and what I'm going to put. Yeah, it smells awful. Apparently, she adjusted the smell, took the smell away on the newer ones. If you buy it now, there is no smell. But it's just not as good as the airbrush powder. And I feel bad because I was one of the people that suggested that she do it. Made a loose powder. But it never blew me away, to be honest. I always end up going back to airbrush. So yeah, I'm building this up because I want, obviously you can have a wash of colour, but I want, for this look, I want to build it up so it's quite a dark brown because of what I'm going to put on the lid. What's this about? It's cracking. Oh, it's crackly. Ah, maybe my microphone needs a clean. All right, bear with me a minute. It might be just because I'm speaking too loudly. I forget sometimes because I was taught to project as a singer. Let me just, where's my microphone? I think, yeah, my audio. Hang on. I can't remember where the microphone is on here, but I'm just going to wipe away. I think that's where the camera is. It's somewhere up there. Is that any better? If not, I've got another solution. Tell me if it's still crackling and I can grab my external microphone. Is it still crackly? Emma, you are sunshine. Do you know what? That's made me think of the song, You Are My Sunshine. Because we just, oh, it's better. Good. Because I've just been singing that to my dad. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Is it? Okay. Ah, I see. Hold on. I just give it another clean as well. Right, it should be all right now, but if not, I've got an external microphone. He was singing it too. Right, now now at the moment it's looking not very nice on its own. It's looking a bit muddy, but have no fear because this is not the completed look. So I really wanted to build this up. Now, if you just put this on as one layer, it's not going to look like, it's going to look really nice. But I'm building it up to be dark. Good, brilliant. We sorted it out. Thank you, Ali Pallies. And then I'm going to take a flat brush, as I said, and I'm going to take Golden Eclipse. Now, if you don't have Golden Eclipse, now just to remind you, Golden Eclipse was that special edition shade that came in, and I had the box here, and what is wrong with me today? Right, I'm always doing this. Right, it came in this special edition set that was exclusive to Cult Beauty, but she'll bring it out. She will bring it out on her site. So it's called Golden Eclipse. If you don't have Golden Eclipse, you can use Jean. What you want is a bit of a stark difference in the colours. They can look a bit patchy, but that's why I think the best thing to do is to use your fingers, because the fingers warm them up slightly and therefore they spread better when you put them on. I wouldn't even attempt to put those on with a brush. Now, I'm going to take this Golden Eclipse, and then with a flat brush, I'm going to do the easiest cut crease in the world. Now, this is purely coincidental, but I'm going to say it in case anyone thinks I'm copying her. I was planning on doing this on Monday, and then I chanced upon Tamsin's Facebook page. Now, Tamsin is a makeup artist for Charlotte Tilbury, and she did this precise look yesterday. And I was thinking Golden Eclipse or Jean, and she did it with the Chocolate Veil and Golden Eclipse. Now, how easy is that to get a cut crease? You literally just paint on then your other Eyes to Mesmerise, and you can cheat if you've got hooded lids like me and the crease is right down there. You can cheat a larger mobile lid by doing that. And what I find the advantage of these matte ones is because they are so dry, what happens is that they don't emigrate and start merging too much with the stuff that's on your mobile lid. So you keep a nice clean cut crease. See? Tissue time. This is because my eyes have been watering. I've got a tissue here, excuse me. I don't like wiping my nose on camera. I've got strange little foibles like that. The reviewers using brushes are saying they are bad. People using fingers are saying they're good. Exactly. I wouldn't put another matte on top. I would use what? Yes. That's right. I'm not putting another matte on top. I'm using the shimmer. Golden Eclipse. This is a shimmer. But I did use another matte on top in my video on Monday. You're quite right. But I used the nude one to do a really good sort of... It worked for my eye shape because I've got a very pronounced hood. So you can do one with this, but it'll be quite a nude look. But the good thing about it is that they don't merge with one another, so you can get real definition. So I put that on my mobile lid. This was the look I did on Monday, and then I put Smokey taupe in the crease, and they don't merge together, and it gives you the appearance of less of a hood. You see? Now what I will do with my smudge brush, and this is where I do use the brush, is to then intensify. I wouldn't put it on initially with a brush, but what I do is I take a smudge brush then, and I work it a little bit, because it's a waxy formula. So it's a bit like, I tell you what, it's quite similar, the formula, as if you were going to use an eyeliner. And some people do, by the way, use an eyeliner in their socket to kind of give you definition. But then, just naturally, my instinct then is to smudge it out with my finger. Again, by warming it up with your finger, you are allowing it to spread more evenly. So I'm just going in at the side to intensify the colour. But then immediately, if I look like it needs blending, I'm not blending it with the brush. I'm using the brush to intensify the colour and then using my fingers. And you do have to work fast because, as everybody's saying, they're very dry. So if you let them completely dry, then you're not going to be able to blend them. But they last all day. They last a lot longer than the shimmery ones. And that is a beauty, especially if you're so hooded that things start to kind of blur into one. You know, I find with a lot of I can't really do a cut crease normally, because if I do, by the end of the day, it just looks like one eyeshadow. Has anyone got the Bridgeton palette from Pat McGrath? Do you know what? I haven't. I looked at it and I thought, I like the colours, but what's Bridgeton about? It was just the marketing behind it. I just thought, maybe because I haven't watched Bridgeton, and maybe it really is based on a lot of the colours. Maybe if I got into the series, but I couldn't see why the colour scheme was that different to stuff that she'd released before. What do other people think? Has anyone got it? It's unneeded. Thank you. Colour choices. But the point is, if you're going to do a cut crease like this, you need two contrasts. You need a light and a dark. Otherwise, it's not going to it's not going to look like a cut crease. Your eyes water when you use the chubby sticks. Again, if you get a chubby stick, are you talking about like Colour Chameleons? If you find that a lot of the time, it's people think when your eyes are watering, it's about maybe you're allergic. Thank you, Janelle. Maybe you're allergic to the pencil, but a lot of the time it's the pressing. Now, I have to say, Charlotte's are quite soft. That they probably, if you let them get very old, they start getting harder. But if you find that chubby sticks in general make your eyes start watering, it's probably the pressure that you're having to apply on your eyes. A lot of the time with me, I find it's the pressure. So if you do that and then warm it up on your finger and then apply it, then the warmth of your finger is going to make it softer. And that's why I love the Victoria Beckham eye pencils, because although they can smudge a bit because they're really soft, the fact that they're really soft means you can get a really clean line on quickly without having to press too hard. And I'm convinced it's the pressing a lot of the time. I think a lot of people give up on a certain brand of eyeliner because they think they might be allergic to it because their eyes are watering, and actually it's the motion of pressing hard more than the actual formula. And I think I'm starting to think that's the case with Charlotte's Rock and Kohls, because for quite a while I thought I was allergic to her Rock and Kohls, but I think it's because they're quite hard. Now, talking of which, I'm going to put on a Victoria Beckham eyeliner. You need to sharpen yours more. Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely. And you know what? I actually managed today to get my sharpener here. Do you know what? I've got Charlotte Tilbury ones and I've got Victoria Beckham ones. And I've just sharpened something earlier today. This is the Daniel Sandler one, and I like it because you can sharpen something twice and go and empty it out later, you know. And by the way, the Daniel Sandler one has got the two sizes in it, and both sides come off for cleaning it, and it's reasonably priced. Charlotte Tilbury one's good. It's got a little cleaning tool in it, but it hasn't got the cover, I don't think. I think one side might capture a little bit. Victoria Beckham sells the sharpeners with her liners, and you can opt to buy it with or without. I hope he's still got them on his site, because a lot of the things that I recommend are Daniel Sandler. I then go on and he stops selling them. Right, I'm just putting on the Victoria Beckham Cocoa eyeliner. Now, if you could see, I'm getting quite a defined line here without having to press hardly at all. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Your eye, your instinct, if something's going near your eye, is to water, to get rid of whatever's going in it. So the more you press on it, the more it thinks, hang on a minute, foreign object coming, let's water it away. It kind of makes sense. And again, because the Victoria Beckham pencils are so soft, you've got, unlike the matte Eyes to Mesmerise, you've got plenty of time to work with these and smudge them out. This is the offending watering eye at the moment, so it's going to water whatever goes near it. But I have put my eye lotion underneath. But yesterday it was constantly streaming, just wouldn't stop. Wouldn't stop at all. Now, the other thing is, now, I wonder if I've got one here that I can show you. I want to show you something. It's not Charlotte Tilbury, but it doesn't have to be. I haven't done a video on this yet. I'm going to do a video on this palette. I got this from Huda. It was in the sale over Christmas. Caramel brown. I just wanted a transition shade to show you. If you feel, because of the formula, it's looking a bit like not blended out properly, is to just take a transition shade. And you know what I mean by a transition shade? Something that's almost skin-like, matte and skin-like coloured. And then just take a blending brush. Like this. Is this, oh, is it going to be too yellow? I don't want one that's too yellow. Oh, no, that's too yellow. It looked too skin-like there, but it's not. It's too yellow. Wait a second. I'm just going to get one. Definitely going to get one, because I think this needs to be done. Oh, you bought it, did you? Brilliant. I'm a bad influence, aren't I? Come on, I want a blending out. Here we go. Super Nudes palette. Super Nudes palette. That'll do. So we've definitely got a transition shade here. So I'll try this one. That other one was way too orange. That's better. That's skin-like. So you can just blend it out and use that transition shade at the top. And it will just help you to blend out if you think that there's a bit of a line that you can't blend out. As I say, they're not necessarily the easiest eyeshadows, but when you get the knack of actually applying them and doing them with your fingers, the advantage is that they last all day and they don't budge. They last longer than the shimmery ones, definitely. And then we shall do a highlighter of some kind. I have one here. I'm just going to take this highlighter from the Instant Look on the palette that I've got, which is a Beauty Glow palette that I had from last week that I haven't put away. My sister said, finally found you, sis. But this is on a video, a non-live video. She hasn't worked out yet how to join the live, but you never know. She's commented on a non-live video. So it's definitely, she hasn't worked out yet how to see me live. So I'm just going to put this highlighter shade there. And I'm going to put a little bit in here. She's gone into one of my recent videos and commented. Rather than on the live chat. You'll get there, sis. She might be watching, and I don't know if you can non-live comment on a live. It's just popped up anyway as a notification. Hello, Tria. So that is the look. I'm just going to put some mascara on, and I shall put on Charlotte's Pillow Talk. Hopefully this eye will take it. Has anyone else just joined that I haven't said hello to? Hands up. Oh, yeah. And also, a lot of people think it costs money to subscribe. Because normally when you subscribe to something, you pay money. And a lot of friends say, I'd like to come and join you, but how much does it cost to subscribe? Which is quite a natural assumption to make, really, isn't it? I've not been painting my nails. No, they've been in a right old state. They started splitting and everything. So I've been kind of growing them out because they've just been splitting and look, and ridges and horrible. So I've been putting oil on them to kind of grow out the bad nail. And I'm just getting to the point now where I can just start to put on some nail varnish because I am missing it. I've got a lovely shade of burgundy that I want to try and show you. But they were just all splitting, painfully splitting. You know when they split to the quick. Up my calcium. I've been doing vitamins and also vitamin drinks. But I think what it was is that I went through that phase where I went bananas and started changing my my nail varnish every day and experimenting with different looks. So I think it got a bit of an acetone, or I don't know whether did I use an acetone remover? It just got a bit of overload, I think, of things that probably not very good for the nail. I get very bored, you see, and I want to change the colour too often. But I've got myself a better top coat now that's supposed to... It's supposed to be to prevent staining and not allowing the colour to get to the base of the nail. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but it's by Marvella. And they are quite a good brand. So there is the look. That isn't the eyeshadow, I don't think. That's my liner. Got a bit of a mistake with my liner there. Let's go in and protect that. Sorry, my lack of sleep is making me make silly mistakes with my words. Nail rehab works well for me for split and dry nails and lots of oil. Someone said collagen drinks are good. Yes, that's what I'm having. Collagen. I'm having collagen drink, and I did worry about a shellfish allergy because I do react to certain types of prawn, but only certain types. And I've been fine, and I've been getting they had some by Zuki on QVC. And I have to say, with the collagen drinks, I think I do a lot anyway, skincare via the face. So it's difficult to know. Hello, Bridget Jones. We just started to talk about skincare. I do a lot anyway, so it's difficult to know what's causing what on my face. There's Lucy. Hello, Lucy. You finally made it. Here she is. Lucy Taff. That's my sister. They're all going to say hi to you now, Lucy. Well done. I saw you commenting on a non-live and I thought, oh, she hasn't worked it out yet. I need another coat of this on. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put one of my sister's favourite liners on in my lower waterline. They're all going to say hello to you now. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to put on the bronze Victoria Beckham eyeliner in my waterline. There's Bridget Jones. Let's get, yeah, bronze. The bronze Kajal. That's one of my sister's favourites. You are right. Only just worked out how to comment. It is confusing about how to comment on a live as opposed to comment on a non-live. All right, I need to sharpen this one as well. So I've just done, Lucy knows what I was about to do because I told her before I came on. So she knows what I've got on my eyeshadow. I'm just going to put some Victoria Beckham bronze eyeliner on the waterline underneath in homage to my sister joining, because I know this is one of her favourites. I definitely got my sister into Victoria Beckham big time. I was telling them all, Lucy, that you're the quiet one and I'm the loud one. We're kind of yin and yang sisters. Which is good. It's good to have that dynamic. You can't have two loud people in the family. Well, you could, but it would get very noisy. Right, I'm not gonna do the freeze brow today. I'm just gonna do the pen. The Anastasia pen. Did you see there's a new eye gel? And my sister ordered it, and it's at my sister's house because we haven't managed to touch base with one another. So my sister put in an order for both of us, and I've got it coming from my sister's. So she's got it, the olive one. It's a lovely green olive, and it looks so nice on Lucy that I cannot wait to get it. Now, what am I looking for? I want my brow thingy. Oh, I've lost it. I'm losing everything today. Where's that? Ah, there it is. The olive one, yeah. Hi, Maria. The only thing is, with this brow freeze product, it's really difficult to get off the brush, which is one of the reasons I'm not using it today. But I want to try this brow pen on its own. You're starting a new list. What, of things that you want to buy? So what do you reckon? Charlotte's got to bring something out for Valentine's Day, hasn't she? What's she going to bring out? Last year it was the lip tints. Remember the ones I threw over my shoulder? Yeah, it's very nicely pigmented, isn't it, sis? Some olive, like green pencils, they just end up looking like a different colour. Green is one of those colours that if it's not the right kind of green, it can turn all sorts of... Greens often look blue on me, and blues often look green. You think she'll do the lip oils to go with matte eyeshadow? Oh yeah, possibly. There's got to be something. Natasha Denona normally does. I think I've seen something from Natasha Denona. Do you remember the kit from last year? I must get that out because I like that. The Love palette. Face. Was there an eye palette? There was that lipstick that looked like it was going to be too pale, but actually I liked it. And there was definitely a face kit. Yes, there was an eye palette. The Love palette. Has she got a small... It's not the one she bought out last year then. See, that one always looks higher than this one. And you don't try too hard to make them look like sisters, the brows. But I'll just cheat the tip of it a little bit. That'll do. And then I think, now do you know what I'm getting a bit fed up with? These are never in stock. I want to restock my Beauty Light ones. Mini Crush. I think I have seen it, you know. I think I have. Because I know it was on Cult Beauty, because Cult Beauty had 20% off Natasha Denona, but not that one. Now, I've still got some of this left, but I was looking and they're just never in stock anywhere, these wands anymore. Yeah. Well, Natasha Denona did that, as well as Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I always take this up a little bit higher to get rid of the jowly bits. And then forget to blend it in sometimes. And then look up and I've got a brown line under my chin. So I'm going to do that bit first. It's the one you always forget to blend in because you don't see it. But I definitely need more cream liquid products on today because my face is dry. Yeah, and then she bought... You know what the really bizarre thing about that was? Right, she's bought out a kit, Nina. No, who was it? Scary Spider. She bought out... You made the comment about the... we need an update from her on the wand. Counter and John Lewis said they haven't had it in for 8 months. She's bought out a kit recently where you can buy the sculpting wand, a blush and a highlighter. And if you go on there, it says select your contour, select your highlighter and select your blush. And all that's available is the light to medium contour wand and the spotlight. So basically you have to order 2 spotlights and you have to get the light contour. So I mean there's no point offering what is it, something like 10-15% off if you've only got 2 options out of, I think potentially there's two sculpting ones, there's 3 blushes and a highlight, and she can only offer 2 things in a set of 3. So why would anyone want to order 2 spotlights and only a choice of one of the contour ones? Excuse me, eyes watering still. Right, talking of contour ones, I'm going to use Peachgasm. There is some background rubbish marketing issues. That was, yeah, the only thing you could select was Spotlight. Which, okay, if they haven't got them, they haven't got them. But why say that you've got a new set? A new value set if you haven't got anything in the set available to offer? I'm going to do this with my fingers. This is Peachgasm. I wish I could find my Goldgasm. I'll find it one day. I've lost it completely. And you know, although I've got a lot of makeup and certainly got a lot of Charlotte Tilbury, I know exactly when I'm missing something, and it drives me nuts. It's all about the pounds. It's because there was this big thing, wasn't there, on TikTok? Was it TikTok? Somebody posted a TikTok thing of Pinkgasm, I think, and it went viral, and it sold out within minutes. Talking of TikTok, I was going to put out a video, but I can't. I just can't. Sophia Tilbury made a little bit of a mistake last week. I think I messaged a couple of you about it, and I did actually record it before it was taken off. She put this trending music on in the background, and I've got to be very careful what I say here, or this video will not be monetized. But basically, the words to the music were very rude. It's a long clip that's trending. But the thing is, the bit that was trending was another section of the music. But this particular section of the music had really filthy words in it. So they were doing this really classy makeup. It was Sophia doing this really classy makeup look on this beautiful model. And just as she's doing a blush, this man's singing disgusting things about what he wants to do with her. And I was one of the first to comment. I said, beautiful look, the music's a bit near the mark. And I did video it, but I wouldn't be so cruel to Sophia. She's so lovely. I've met Sophia, and I bet she was mortified. And yeah, I'd probably get loads of views and make lots of money, but I can't do it to her. I bet you she was mortified. And I'd probably, if I did it on Instagram, I'd probably be taken off anyway. But it was actually quite funny in a cruel kind of way, because it was a completely innocent mistake. Yeah, everything's gone pet since she sold the company. Yeah, since she sold it to Puig. I think they are after kind of really mass marketing, and a lot of us that are stuck with Charlotte Tilbury were there from the start when it was a real family. And don't forget, Charlotte Tilbury was a real family-run business. She's got a niece as one of the primary makeup artists now. She's got her other niece as one of the primary models for her makeup, and she's got a sister who is something like the finance executive or something of the company, all her family are involved in some way. And now it's become bigger. And they don't now sometimes reply to the emails. If you email customer services, sometimes they don't even reply, depending on what you're asking. What I will say, and I cannot complain about though, is when they sent me the wrong, so I ordered these matte ones and I ordered 4 shades and they sent me 3 and a brow lift in taupe. I rang up Friday evening and by Saturday morning I had the other shadow and they told me to keep the brow lift. I've got to find somebody with white hair. I might try it because you know It's Cosmetics. They have got a universal taupe brow product and it universally does work on me. Your son used to pick lyrics, Scary Spider, like this on purpose to play in the car when we went anywhere. I got a lot of strange looks. Teenagers. This was honestly, it's like the big blooper. It really was. And I just thought that's going to be removed in a minute. I've got to video it just to have a little giggle at home, but I just can't. Sophia's such a lovely girl that I know she'd have been mortified. Do unto others as you'd wish to be done yourself. I'll tell the story because the story was funny. But I wouldn't put out the video. Don't give Jack ideas. No, he doesn't need any ideas. Now, what I picked to go with this is Happy Berry because my lips are dry as well. And these are very good lipsticks. Now, apparently, I think Rebecca got a message to say that you can click these down as well as up. Not sure how, but apparently there is a way to click them back down once you click them up. Do you remember we said the only problem is that they only click down one way? But apparently they don't. Apparently you can do them 2 ways, but I don't want to risk it and not be able to put it back down again. I do remember suggesting to Sophia Tilbury that they bring out a red in this formula. So that could be a possible for Valentine's Day. And she replied to me. And I said she should call it after her nan. What's her grand's name? Patsy. Patsy's Pout. So if they release one of these hyaluronic happy kisses in red for Valentine's Day and it's called Patsy's Pout, you know who gave them the idea. Now this shade is Happy Berry. Did I say that already? You're wearing the coral one today. Did you get the peach one, Lucy? Because I always was wondering about getting the peach one. Because I do like a nice peach lipstick. But I thought it would be too similar to the coral one. Has anyone got the peach one and the coral one of the hyaluronic happy kisses? And are they very similar? There's bound to be one of you here that has. I'm tempted to try the peach. This also will give you a bit of a glow. So I'm going to put a bit of that because it always ties in the look when you use your lipstick. And because they've got a bit of a glow, this would also be like using the beauty light ones. Where's Shahina? I know, where is Shahina? Good question, Terry. Maybe she forgot what day it is. Because a lot of people forget what day it is. Including me. Right, I'm going to put a bit of this spray on. Where's my spray? And then I'll have finished my look. Why do I have everything organised and then... Well, I would put the spray on if I could find it. I'm getting worse. I was saying to Jack the other day, when I was little, my nan used to say, go and... Do you remember, Lucy? Nan used to say, go and find me my handbag, love. Like, she was from up north. Go and find me my handbag, love. And I was like, what is it with Nan? She's always losing her handbag. And I have become my Nan. I lose everything. There it is. And always telling Jack to go look for my handbag. Oh, this is so refreshing. I like to douse and then put a bit of powder back in these areas. And then I'm done. Now, can you see what I mean by the two shadows? You've still got that clean line. And that is the beauty of these eyeshadows. Especially if you've got hooded lids. So I think they're worth it. If you've got hooded lids and you want a nice clean cut crease, get yourself a dark shade like chocolate, the chocolate veil, and then use a light one of the eyes to mesmerise. Anyone got any questions, or do you want me to swatch any of them? Again, I've got 4 of the shades. I didn't get the black one. Oh, thank you, Lucy. The cashmere one is more pink looking. It's got a pink undertone. Let me do, I'll do them all. Someone was asking me, I've been meaning to reply. I have read it and I've forgotten to reply. Someone was saying, could I do a video where I compare, where I do a direct comparison? I know I did compare them already, but a direct comparison with the matte paint pots. And the answer is yes, I will do that in the next couple of days. I've just got to dig out my paint pots. Hi, Stacey. Oh, we must be, oh yes, we're past 2 o'clock. Right, so here are the 4. So nude cashmere, you wanted to know. So this is what it looks like in the pot. Now, can you see it's got a slight pinkish undertone, which is why I said that if you were comparing this to a MAC one, it's mostly like painterly. Let me put this on the lightest part of my arm, because otherwise you might not, it's difficult to see. Yes, can you see that pinkish undertone? Let me put another layer. Yeah. And then the next one up is, in terms of colour, is Flawless Beige. Now, if you don't want anything quite as dark and muddy as the chocolate one, you can go for Flawless Beige, which is that one. As I say, if you blend it out, I'm just going to deliberately blend it out. You can see, once you start blending it out, it's not going to look really dark. It's almost peachy coloured. So that's Flawless Beige. And then Smoky Taupe, which, Lucy, I think you'd like this one. Because it's got a sort of grey undertone, and I think it would look nice. It doesn't look like it's got a grey undertone, but again, imagine that. Well, I think you saw me in it the other day. Imagine that blended out. And don't forget, I'm doing this on the lightest part of my arm. So actually, the lightest part of my arm's got a cool undertone. But it actually looks grey. And if you look at it in the pot, it looks grey. So very good to put on, like if you did what I just did now with the one in the socket all over the lid, and then you put Victoria Beckham's mirror on the mobile lid. You're passing on the CT matte pots. They're not your cup of tea. No? And then, and you're passing on them too. And then that's the chocolate veil. I think that's fair enough, especially if you've got the nude palette that I had a minute ago that I've put down somewhere and lost. What am I like? Here we are. If you've got this nude palette, you've basically got a lot of the shade. That's Smoky Taupe. That's actually Nude Cashmere. That one's the black one. I've forgotten what they call it. Blendable black, isn't it? Or something. So that's the three. That's Smoky Taupe. That's Nude Cashmere. And then I would say that one's Chocolate Veil. In powder form, obviously. And then we've got Flawless Beige, which is probably that one, maybe a bit darker than that one. So yeah, if you've got that and you prefer powders and they are more blendable, then you've got it in that palette. They are definitely dry and they're not for everyone. As I say, the only reason I like them is I think that they just stay put. They don't move. And what I'm going to do as well, I did say I was going to do this on the live, but I did this look instead. Because this look I was going to do on a video yesterday. What I'm going to do next is to test out whether they're a good base. I think what I want to test in particular is this one, because I think, especially if you've got these coloured eyelids, if your eyelids tend to be a bit grey, and you want, I think this would be a really good base. But I also want to see, as well as evening out the complexion on your eyelids, whether it's actually going to make a good base for a shadow, whether the shadow's going to stick well to it or not. So I will try that out. They can feel a little tight on the lid. They don't feel uncomfortable. As I said, the reason I'm waxing lyrical about them is because normally if I put something on the hood there, because my hood comes down and it wipes over here, that, whatever's there, starts to come off onto my mobile lid. But this doesn't move. So you that definition, that cut crease stays put, because what I've put here doesn't come off onto that. So I think if you've got hooded lids, they're definitely worth it. I think if you've got discoloured lids, then you might want to think about getting Nude Cashmere. But otherwise, you know if they're right for you. They're not going to be right for everyone. Some people prefer the cream formula. of her shimmery ones, and that is absolutely great if you've got, like, if you don't mind just putting shimmer on your lids and leaving it at that. If you want a bit more definition, or you perhaps feel that you've got a bit more hoodedness going on and you want a bit more definition, then they're the people that are going to want this. Thank you. Scary Spider, they do blend, but I would say blend them with your fingers. I think if you start going in with an eyeshadow brush, they might dry down too quickly before you can blend them properly. But if you go in with your fingers, the minute you touch this formula, you can feel it melting. It's almost like butter. You know, if you were to stick your hand into butter as you've taken it out the fridge, not melted butter, but the butter as it, these ones are melted butter, the original ones, and these ones are kind of butter as you've taken out of the fridge. But as you put your finger over it, it melts it, and then you've got about probably a minute, 40 seconds to a minute to actually blend before they start drying down. Whereas with the brush, I think you've got less time, and that's what makes it more difficult. But I would never get a look like that with the shimmer staying in that straight line, the cut crease, and that staying put up there. It would look nice, it would look defined, but I wouldn't get that definition between the two with just a powder. It would just come off and it would start to transfer on the lid, and gradually throughout the day they've merged together, those two shades, and that's why I love them. Right, I am going to, I know you love the original ones and they look beautiful on you, Stacey. Which one is the best for hiding hoods, Ali? Well, apart from obviously the nude cashmere is the best one for kind of evening out, because this one's more like skin tone. I would say it's up to you, really. They all would potentially. The chocolate veil is well, you've got the black one that's the darkest one. I think that one is going to look quite severe, so I would steer clear of the black one. The chocolate veil is quite dark, and as you can see, if you're a bit timid of them, you might want to just avoid the chocolate one. But the beauty of the chocolate one is it's the darkest one, and basically the darker the shadow, the more you're going to help with the hooded lids, you know, to create that shadow. But they're all quite buildable. Now these are the two medium shades. It's not a straightforward answer, right? I would say probably Smoky Taupe looks most like a shadow. It's not as dark as Chocolate Veil, but it looks most like a shadow because it's got that grey undertone to it. Look, I could almost use this. I'm going to show you what I mean. This could go very wrong because they don't blend out as easily, but I'm going to do it, right? This has got that grey, yeah, there we go. I'm working with it quickly. That grey undertone in it that makes it look like a shadow. So I would say go for Smoky Taupe. But any of them, if you fancy the beige one or the chocolate one, then go for those. But I think this one is probably the one that looks most like a shadow, which is what you're trying to recreate when you're hiding the hood. I'm going to put a bit of Smoky Taupe in the corner to show you what I mean. It looks more like a shadow than the brown. See? So I'm going to say Smoky Taupe. Go for Smoky Taupe. Because shadow, if you look at shadow on your face, shadow isn't brown. There's shadow. It's not brown, it's grey. Hope that helps. Smoky taupe. Stacey says to check out the Bridgerton palette. Okay, we'd really like to hear your opinion on that. Can you see how just adding that bit in the corner just intensified that shadow? And one of the things is, if you do apply them with your fingers, they're very buildable. And you've got a bit more working time because the warmth of your finger will enable it to spread. Just think of it as butter out of the fridge. And apply it with you. I just wouldn't even go with brushes unless you're intensifying the corner. I would, or going under using it as a liner, I would just go with your fingers. Yours just arrived at click and collect. Now, is this the Bridgerton palette you talking about, Nina? Are you talking about the these? Right, I'm going to go, but I'm going to say thank you very much. Quickest PM oh, the Bridgerton palette. Oh, well, we'd be very interested to hear your thoughts. I think it's this whole thing about maybe if I get watching Bridgerton, then I'll be more enthused by it. Because if I watch the costumes, then maybe I get the colour scheme. But I just was like, why is it Bridgerton? Didn't get it. So maybe I need to watch it. Anyway, don't forget to like the live ladies. And I'll see you all very soon. Have a lovely day. And take care. Love you all. Mwah. And thanks for joining me, sis. Bye.